Yeah, I saw the first 20, 25 minutes before the goal that we were in total control, but we know the threat that they have, and their threat is transition. They caught us in transition. That's where they hurt us tonight. In particular, Irukunda. He was the difference. It looked like it fell away. Yes, in the second half we didn't have as much control in terms of creating chances, but they scored 2 goals after 2 minutes. The game's done. Even though we're trying to get back into it, trying to see what we can do, but the crowd gets a lift. Normal. Their players get a lift, start to play with a bit of confidence, and they've got good players. So. We got caught in transition, and that was the difference in terms of them scoring, and we didn't take our chances because we had plenty of chances. I thought that we could have been 2 or 3 up pretty easily, and then we get punished down the other end.
So obviously, how do you keep motivated now for the season?
We've got a new beginning. We're in our home. We've got 3 games at home now. This is going to be massive for our club. It's going to be a big week for us. We've just moved into the facility, so we're just getting used to that. This is the start, of something new for us. So this is big. I know it's a negative result, and we're disappointed, and it hasn't been the season that we would have wanted. But we're in our home, and it's big for the club. So that's our focus. We have to put this behind us quickly, and because we've been playing well. So the results haven't gone our way. There's little things that we can do better. Obviously, like tonight, we could have stopped the transition moments a lot better. But we're excited to have now 3 home games.
Just on Irukunda, obviously you've been overseas. You left here when you were 15, went over to Belgium, and then forged your career. He's now the youngest A-League player to score a hat-trick. As a player at the same age, can you give him some sort of advice? Because he's going to be going to one of the biggest clubs in the world. What sort of advice?
Yeah, look, the advice would be that you're going to go through difficult moments, and then you have to, find a way to get through those moments. And I think every player that went overseas from Australia, will say the same thing, that, because we're still not recognised as, the best players, in the world come out of Australia. So hopefully that will change over time. Hopefully, Irukunda can change that for us and show that we're producing good players and talented players, because, he's an exceptional talent. We can all see it. Now it's the other side. It's the other side that, he will need to learn and grow, and that will only come through experience. Hopefully he'll have good people around him. I'm sure that he will. I'm sure that he'll have good mentors around him that will help him through the tough times.
How do you rate him among young Australian strikers that you've seen throughout your games?
He's one of the most talented I've ever seen in Australia, without a doubt. Like tonight, he was the difference. When you think about it, Val, I can't remember him really having many clear chances. He caught us. We couldn't stop him. When he's playing like that, it's hard to stop. It's hard to stop. He's picking up the ball from the halfway. Even the goal he scores is from an angle and a half. Like, really, when you think about it, you think, we're comfortable here. But he's got so much power. He's got ability. Then he was good, very good tonight. He killed us. One of the best. He's one of the most talented I've seen come out of it. Yeah. Look, the difference between Mark Viduka, different positions obviously, but different players. But I'd say Mark Viduka was very consistent already at a young age. But Nestor is still, I think, a lot younger than Mark was when he first burst onto the scene. So you hope that when he gets to that age, he's able to consistently, because really his form's been up and down since he's been in the A-League. So, I know that with young players that will happen, but if he gets consistency into his game, like quality-wise, oh, man. Like, I don't know what his top speed is, but there's no one catching him. Some of the goals that he's scored already in his young career is, his highlights reel, way better than mine was throughout my whole career. So.
He seems to strike the ball so hard as well.
Yeah, yeah. He's a strong. He's physically strong. He's very strong. And then also you have to be technically good. You know, he can't just be power. He has to strike it well. Yeah, he's. I hope for him. I hope for Australian football that he can go on and have a great career. Look, I'm not saying that he's going to be our best player that we've ever produced because, you know, he's got a long, long way to do that. But in terms of talent, he's there. Yeah.
It's a big goal.
Yeah.
Just last one on him, and then ask questions about your team. Do you feel his game's actually a bit more well-rounded at the moment than what it was maybe you played at the start of the season or last year? It feels like even tonight, it felt like there was more of an intentional getting other players involved. There was a chance in the first half where he broke away and Walk was on the left, and I thought watching it, he's just going to push the ball to right and probably shoot on goal. But then he actually tried to find Walk in behind.
Yeah, look, I'm sure that he's becoming a better all-round player, but that also helps that he's got the likes of Stefan Mork around him, the likes of Ibasuki around him, the likes of Clough around him. They're experienced players that are helping him. Probably at the start of the year, he didn't have that. You know, there was a lot more younger players around him that he probably needed a little bit of help, and everyone's relying on him. Whereas now he's got those players that can take the responsibility, help him through moments during a game. And, you know, then behind him had Isais. So, like, he had some serious experienced players that could help him. And, you know, that's what you need sometimes. You need that out there because a coach can only do so much for the sideline. The experienced boys out there have to help him.
And you spoke about not stopping Adelaide's transition moments well. The second and third goals in particular, lost the ball and then they counter-attacked. Was that around, like, counter-pressing or is that...
Nah, it was us giving the ball away in stupid areas. You know, we know they defend narrow and we're playing the ball through the middle when there's numbers there. That for us that's the reason why we got caught on the counter. And then because they got quality going forward with Irukunda, they hurt us. But we shouldn't be losing the ball in those areas.
And there was a point around your team, I think, like the Wanderers game, it was something like 25 fouls, Victory game 13 fouls, but it was kind of a sign of, you know, that you're playing a bit more aggressively maybe without the ball. I think tonight that number was at 10. Was there any emphasis on that, trying to continue that, being aggressive without the ball? And did you feel like it wasn't really there tonight?
They were way more aggressive than us. We need to match that. You know, if they see the referees are allowing certain things, then do the same. We weren't aggressive enough.
You mentioned about getting your new home, and that will give you some consistency in your routines. Do you think that can help you with the results on the pitch as well, getting that consistency?
100%. 100% will help us.
And one of the teams you are playing there in a few weeks is Adelaide United. You mentioned about how you got caught in transition. What are you looking at working on?
Not to give the ball away in silly areas. You know, that's the main thing. You know, we have to make sure that we're organised defensively when we got the ball. And, you know, and don't give the ball away in areas that we're left open. And then that's what happened tonight. So we'll look back at it, we'll review it and make sure that we learn from our mistakes.
When you look at the next 12 months, how do you improve to go up the table?
I will improve. There's already, like what I'm saying about the lift that we'll get from having a home ground. We'll look to sign players. We'll look to improve our squad. The younger players will come on even more so. You know, we have to look at, you know, Grimaldi. This is his first year in the A-League. You got Vidmar. This is his first year in the A-League. We've got a lot of Jake Najoski's now starting to find minutes, and we've got a lot of young boys coming through. So, you know, don't forget Adelaide. You know, Irakunda's aside, Adelaide have had a sort of academy with the NTC program going for 20 years. This is taking us time, but we'll improve. There's no doubt about that. We've been good most of the year. We haven't got the results that we've deserved, but that's also because of little details that we need to get better at, and we'll look to get better at in the off-season in terms of signing new players.
Did the club tell you what attracted them towards the Tane area in Melbourne?
Yeah, it's been on the card since day one that we want to go out west. That's our area. That's our heartland, and you know, Tarneit is the spot that we're going to. That's going to be the fastest growing corridor in Melbourne. You know, that area there. You know, I'm from Adelaide, but that area there is going to be bigger than Adelaide within 10 years' time. So that's it's a no-brainer to go out there.
Thank you very much.
Any word on, there was a few challenges in the game, Nesta got booked, Van der Sar, Tomoki's red,
I didn't see the Tomoki's red closely enough to have a comment on that, so I'm not sure. Obviously, the referee saw something. Look, they're challenges that, we've been told that normally certain players will get protected. They didn't get protected, but, I'm not saying they were red cards or anything like that. I just thought that, there's some serious challenges, but we have to be better in terms of making sure that we're just as strong as them.